Hello people that how's it doing today? I just want to say before I start this video, I usually don't cover global politics, but I'm going to talk about Greenland and Donald Trump. I suppose not being very happy that he didn't get his way, I suppose. So everybody has heard, I suppose, about this, that Donald Trump was supposed to go to Denmark for a state visit. He was invited by Queen Margaret of I nearly said the Netherlands, the Kingdom of Denmark. And he basically, in my opinion, snubbed her. And that's what I mean, made little of him, made little of the Danish people. Them spending loads of money to accommodate, preparations, police and security. They spend loads of money, then him turning around and saying no, because he didn't get his way. And that's what he said was that. And it's just a hissy fit, that's what he's pulling up with, a hissy fit. And I just want to say, look, there was a few Americans saying to me, we should have it. Why shouldn't we have it? If we can afford to pay for Greenland, why shouldn't we have it? And I would say this. I would say this to them. The people in Greenland overwhelmingly want to stay with Denmark, and they want to be a part of Denmark, and they want to be with Denmark because obviously Denmark, as they said, they spend a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Denmark is out at expense in keeping Greenland, because it's a huge amount of money they have to spend to keep Greenland. But at the end of the day, Denmark could have just left them on their own and just said, you'll be your own country and you can do your own thing. But Denmark is paying for everything in Denmark, and they're paying for Greenland's upkeeping and everything like that. They don't have to. Nobody's saying that they don't. Greenland could be independent in the morning if Denmark was like, we're not going to bother paying for anything else, because it's only for the Danish government Greenland will be completely bankrupt, because Denmark is putting in all the investment. And my point is, and when I'm saying that, why would Denmark? It's been a Danish colony for over 200 years, and the amount of money they invest in, the amount of time and the amount of effort people put in to build up Greenland, Danish people, Danish businesses, I suppose too. Why would they just give it away? And the people in Greenland want to be a part of Denmark, and as one woman said who was on the news, she said you can't buy Greenland because Greenland's for the Finnish. Greenland's nearly finished. What am I saying? I'm saying everything apart from the white war today. Finland's for the what the fuck? Greenland is for the Greenland people. I don't know why I'm saying Finland. I'm getting confused. It's the two countries. With the land, I suppose you could say. My apologies, I didn't mean to say that. My brain's probably a bit in a different place at the moment. But and another thing I didn't like about what Donald Trump done. Obviously Donald Trump's right about a few things, but he's not right about what he done to Denmark, because Denmark was one of the founding nations of NATO. Great ally to the US, fought in a lot of wars with the US, obviously. What else? I'm completely lost. No, the other reason why I didn't like it, because he really just kind of put Denmark on the spot, more or less trying to say to them, I can get in my way anyway. And he was kind of joking because he probably knew, this Denmark's only a small country. It doesn't have much say. It won't have much say if we just put money their way and they won't say anything. Like, they didn't take the Danish government say no. And that's really the thing. They never really expected it. I don't think Donald Trump ever expected to say no. And that's why he's hissy-fitting about Denmark not showing enough respect. In fairness, the Danish Prime Minister could have said it a lot more formally. If that was me, if I was the Danish Prime Minister, I would say it very formally. I would say to Donald Trump, you can go jump the lake. That's really more or less what I would say to him. She said it very fairly. It's not for sale. Greenland's not for sale. And she's right. She's dead right, because people. It's not, as I said. They care for the people in Greenland. They put money into Greenland. The people in Greenland want to stay with Denmark. They don't want to go off with the US. Like, God knows what the US will do with it, and that's the thing. But obviously the better off with Denmark. But I'm really just not pleased with the way Donald Trump acted, because if I know probably a lot of people are not very happy with it, but I really have to say I'm really not happy. I usually don't get involved in global politics or anything like that, but I really have to say they really just made litter of the Danish people, I suppose, in Katzenli's visit, because the Danish Prime Minister said it that's not for sale, and he fitted over, and she said she had to say it very firmly, obviously, that it's not for sale, and Donald Trump saying that they're being disrespectful. I see a lot more countries being disrespectful. I see North Korea being very more disrespectful to the US, and still the US is talking to North Korea. And I don't understand that bit. I don't understand that. Like, North Korea is saying loads of things about Donald Trump behind his back, and he doesn't seem to be too bothered about it. And as soon as Denmark says, no, we're not selling you Greenland, like, honestly, Denmark has never done anything to anybody. Denmark just minds their own business, stays in the Baltic, and doesn't interfere with anything else, and just, does their own thing. They don't get involved in titty tats, I suppose you could say. And the Danish Prime Minister's wife for not getting involved in titty tats. What I mean by titty tats is abuse being thrown across the water from Atlantic to the other side of the Atlantic. And what I mean by that is the Danish Prime Minister could call Donald Trump something, Donald Trump could call her something, and it's just a war of words. I obviously think she has more cop on. I really think she has a lot more education than Donald Trump has, anyway. And I'm sure the Queen of Denmark is not pleased, because she was the one in the first place who asked Donald Trump over. Obviously, she is an old woman, I have to say, and the Danish people do love her very much. She's 79, and that alone to me is just, you don't really have much decency. You don't have much decency if you just, like, it's very good to be invited, and that's really the thing I look at it. It's very good to be invited. Like, they didn't have to invite Donald Trump. Like, they didn't have to. I'm sure they won't fight him again anyway. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I went on a rant there. I just felt like saying it. I had to say it because I just wasn't pleased the way Donald Trump was treating Denmark in the last few days. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe more. And my apologies to any American viewers. I don't mean any disrespect to the people of America, but I mean, I don't like the way Donald Trump treated them. I'm sure a lot of Americans do feel the same, because Denmark is a great country. Denmark is doing their best for Greenland, and it is doing the best. It is improving Greenland. Greenland has university healthcare and everything like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe more, and bye.